Alright guys, so let's check out a bathroom now. When you come into the bathroom, and just a reminder, this is a bathroom specific section. We're going to be looking at walls, ceilings, floors, doors, things like that in a separate section. But for the bathroom specific, let's just go ahead and start here at the countertop with a sink. You want to pull this up and down if you have a pop-up stopper installed and make sure that that's actually working. Of course, you want to turn on the water. Now, oh, look at this. So you've got pieces falling off of the handle at the top. You've also got a very bad aerator here, but the pop-up stopper does in fact work. And while you do that, of course, if you don't have water spraying everywhere like we did here, you want to make sure you're not getting any leaks around the base, which it's looking to me like we may have. So then we're going to come down below. All right, so look at this. We've got a drip pan and a lot of water beneath the sink. But this is definitely something we're gonna write up. We have a major leak in here. Again, with the shutoff valves, just as with the kitchen, when we do these shutoff valves, we wanna have permission from whoever we're doing this inspection for and let them know in advance, hey, by the way, if we do these shutoff valves, if we test them, there's a decent 50-50 chance they may fail because we tested them. So wiggle these doors around, just like in the kitchen, make sure those hinges are tight. Pull all of the drawers out. As you can see, this one here won't shut all the way, so it looks like there's some stuff stuck back there, but that one won't shut all the way. This one's got water in it, so this is a super nice bathroom we got going on here. Oh, again, check the bottom of the cabinet for water damage, but we already know we have a leak, so there's very likely to be water damage in this cabinet. Also, while you're up here, check this mirror out and make sure that it's mounted good. It doesn't happen very frequently, but I have had two different places I worked on where the mirror, luckily nobody was in the bathroom, just fell off the wall. So make sure your mirrors are mounted very well. All right, guys, and once you've got this sink done, you come over here and you do the exact same check on this sink. Turn the water on and off, raise the stopper up and down, check for leaks around the base, check for signs of water damage and for active leaks on the bottom. Check your drawers, etc. Exact same process we did on this sink. And then come over here to the light switch. Go ahead and click on this fan, and if you listen, I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear the fan is in fact on. We've also got a little towel ring here and it's nice and tight. And then finally, the medicine cabinet, you just want to open it up and check for rust and whatnot at the bottom. You also want to grab the door and just give it some good wiggles, make sure everything's mounted to the wall securely, which it seems like it is. So that's going to take care of this entire area as far as the bathroom specific. Now we will be back in here for some general walls and closets and doors and whatnot later, but right now we're testing just the bathroom specific stuff. So when you get to the bathtub, the first thing you can check is just all around. You're looking for all of the caulking. This one is kind of old and crappy. It's not in really great shape. It probably doesn't have to be recalked, but you want to make sure all the caulk all the way around, top to bottom, looks really good. You also want to make sure that you have a stopper down here on the bottom. This one doesn't. Most of these are pretty uniform. They sell universal stoppers for these. You want to check your overflow valve. This one is not connected super good, so we'll probably tighten that down. Go ahead and turn your water on. Just like everywhere else with the water, you want to check the hot and the cold. That looks fine. Test your shower. We don't have a whole lot of pressure, but that shower's working. You also want to look up here for leaks, and you want to look where that pipe goes into the wall for leaks, because sometimes you get a little bit coming out of there as well. Once you know that's good, you can go ahead and turn all that off. As far as the rest of the shower, there's not much else to look at as long as we verified that all of our water's working. And oh, also, by the way, many of them will have slider shower doors like bypass doors. These have wheels that hook on a track at the top, so you want to slide those back and forth, and you want to really make sure that they're nice and smooth as they slide. And I have had these come off on tenants before. Again, luckily not while they were in the shower, but those doors can fall off, so you want to check those connections out at the top. Also, if this were a standing shower, you would have a door that opens this way sometimes for the standing showers. You want to check the trim along the bottom of the door that keeps the water in there. Of course, check the hinges, check the magnets, check the handles, the latching mechanisms. And then finally, this is a big deal, and this is one of the only houses I've ever been to where these are basically good. But all your towel hooks, your towel bars, your toilet paper holders, your towel rings, all of these accessories that get mounted to the walls in the bathrooms, they're nearly always loose. And usually the way we fix that is with toggle bolts so that they can be retightened later without pulling through the sheetrock. But you want to just go ahead and grab each one of them on each end and just test them and make sure that they're good to go. Now, something that is bathroom specific, that's also whole home specific, but we particularly look for in bathrooms, is around here at the edge of the tub and behind the toilet, anywhere that these water sources are, check the baseboard and the drywall, because these are often going to have a lot of water damage. Now, over here to the toilet, there's quite a bit to check in the toilet. Number one, these lids are often cracked, so check the lid. Number two, well, that is the strangest flush mechanism I've ever seen. This is an eco flush. I've heard of these, but I haven't seen one in a rental before. But typically you're going to look inside here and you're going to see how everything looks in terms of the flush handle and in terms of the water level, how high the water level is, if your flapper's good, if your fill valve looks nice. You also want to give the toilet a flush, and after that flush you want to watch it fill up and make sure that the fill valve is filling it quickly. Unfortunately, we don't have a fill valve on this one, but I'm sure y'all guys know what it looks like. You also want to grab the seat and wiggle it around. This is tight enough. Oftentimes these seats are extremely loose. And then you want to straddle the toilet and sort of rock back and forth and see how well connected to the floor it is. Luckily, this one seems to be connected very well. And now this is not required, but most toilets have caulk all the way around except for a couple inches in the back, and that's to let water escape if your lines get backed up and the toilet backs up all the way into the base. You'll see that water come out the back, so you'll know you have a problem. If you don't leave that gap in the back, then it's just going to try to go under this linoleum or tile or whatever you have. You also want to make sure that these bolt caps exist. There's no reason for them to not be there. They're cheap and easy. You also want to look at your supply line on the back and your shutoff valve on the back here. And I believe that is about it for the toilets. Oh, one more little thing here. Sometimes I find little cracks emanating from where the bolts are because they've been over tightened. Now, if nobody's home and that crack decides to go ahead and spread, all of the water is going to flush out of here, and that's not going to be good. So make sure you don't see any cracks there, because now's the time that you can go ahead and replace those. And that basically covers the bathrooms. That's a very quick walkthrough for the bathrooms. Like I said, there is going to be more little minor details. You do want to use your checklist thoroughly, but that's essentially everything that you're looking for in a bathroom inspection.